Hey everybody, it's Paul Gorman, the Gormanator out here. Just wanted to let you know that I'm doing some golf schools in Mexico, Puerto Vallarta to be exact, at Vista Vallarta golf courses. Nicholas Weiskopf courses, 3.5 hours from San Francisco direct. Put you in at the Marriott right on the water, 5 minutes from the airport. So everything's taken care of. And what we're going to be doing is the system type golf instruction. So if you're interested in the stack and tilt system, or perhaps the one plane swing, the Morad system of Mac O'Grady, those alignments that come out of the golfing machine, whatever's going to fit you the best is where we go. And explanations of the different systems and how they all fit together in this wonderful alignment golf. What's that mean? Well, there isn't a pro out there that doesn't have a stick in the ground or a swing plane stick or something for them to spot checking. That's why they're always doing this on the backswing to check their face angle. You know, when you watch them do their preparations, they have a system in place, so they have a guide or a roadmap, you know. So just like a business plan, you got to have an outline of, you know, how to practice, how to systematically kind of go through, and then play by feel, of course. All right? You join us there, housing all these wonderful videos for you. Have one place to go. Go to your app wherever you are. All right there. So love to have you out to Mexico. Learn some golf in the confines of paradise. It is so beautiful in Puerto Vallarta, and I will take you around some of my favorite spots, and look forward to having you there. So adios, and see you there. Okay, paulgormangolf.com. All right, let's get into Mr. Hogan a little bit here, okay? Ben Hogan, one of the finest swingers of all time, iconic, beautiful flowing swing with a wonderful long arm finish and all these kind of sharp, beautiful angles of the arms and the way the body works. We're going to cover some of that today, all right? First of all, let's just start with how these legs are working, all right? Mr. Hogan has some foot flare, not much on the right side, some on the left. Matter of fact, someone had asked him and said, Mr. Hogan, I noticed that your right foot's square and the left one's pointed to the target some. And he goes, well, I'm not hitting that way. He was very sharp and matter of fact with some of his answers to people. So foot flare to the left more than the right because we are turning fully to the target. This foot flare supports that, okay? So that's one alignment you want to get together right away. It's like maybe 5 or 10 on the right, 20 so on the left. Now also, when you have the foot flare on the left, you also want to put the heel back a little bit. Okay, and that gets the alignment of the hips just right. So they're at the target. It's roughly at the green and white post out there with this white stick. All right, so we got feet on the ground. Like I always say, the 2 touch points in golf, feet on the ground, hands on the club. Let's talk about Hogan's grip. All right. He had that right hand on top. He fought a hook, yes. But also, what this does with the right hand on top, it promotes a slinging and rotating of this arm, okay? So he would start back in kind of that laggy look this way, but man, that thing would whip right up and get on plane with a lot of wrist cocking in there, okay? Now, double dorsey flex in the wrist joints. What does that mean? Well, if you go hands in prayer, you're actually doing double dorsey. Double dorsey would be like your palms kind of twisting this way. That gives you maximum range of wrist cock. Okay? So if I do that over here to the side for you, I can keep all pads on the club and glove such like this. You can see as I zoom in there, the wrist cock there, wrist cock there. And my grip, as you can see, is turned quite a bit here and over the top there, which double dorsey. Now, that's a bit of an open face grip, but it's also, it gives you the opportunity to get a lot of whip, which is what I just wanted to cover with Mr. Hogan today. How did he get so much speed? Well, the wrist cocking is a big part of it, right? There are 4 accumulators in the game of golf. And this is not to do with Mr. Hogan, but they were numbered by a guy named Homer Kelly, who did the golfing machine, which will be covered in other videos in my site, paulgormangolf.com, Masters of the Game. So that's a system you can follow there. But let's just talk about those 4 accumulators. They accumulate. You can use 1, 2, all 4 of them. But the first one is the hammer, or the right elbow for us right-handers. Folding to the elbow, unfolding, folding, unfolding, bang, bang, bang. Then next is the wrist cock, number 2 accumulator, wrist cocking, uncocking, wrist cocking, uncocking. Number 3, rolling of the arms. Okay, that's the number 3. And number 4 is us right-handers starting back, our left arm loads against our chest, and then we unload it. So that's that. It's that pulling and letting that left arm zing off your body. So that's the number 4 accumulator. You load them all, or you use them for chipping. So if I use the elbow and just use the number 4, so if I'm chipping, number 4 accumulator could just swing back this way. That's the left arm lever. That's number 4 accumulator. And then I could just take the elbow and push it. Okay? Mr. Hogan did some drills where he had that hand on here, hitting golf balls with the palm like this. I'll do that right now. Just a little one. Okay? So I just hit a little kind of chippy shot, but I didn't really have any feeling of wrist cocking, but I had a feeling of the left arm lever along with the right elbow lever. And those two were enough for me to propel the ball out there for a little kind of chip shot. All right, so that's a little bit about some of the levers. Now let's get back to Hogan and that grip, the double Dorsey. A lot of wrist cocking. Let's see if I can get this idea and show you how this is going to sling with this laggy action right up here on plane with an open kind of club face. Here we go. So I take it back, let it sling up. You can see the wrists are very cocked. My elbows are together here. I don't have an elbow out this way. I keep them together. You could put a tennis ball in there or something if you're wondering how to get those beautiful Hogan angles. Okay, so I go like this, and then when I come down, it'll still look like they're together here. The face of the club is very Hogan-esque, kind of open to the sky, and then zing it in there. And then, of course, the Hogan pivot, the Hogan exit. Okay, so here we go. Got those soft arms, so you always have the arms kind of bent, okay? And then on the backswing, they would all stretch out. And that's how that, you get a little bit of that zing too. So you have soft and bent joints, and then they just snap into place, okay? Here we go. Wow, super high too. So, sometimes, changing your grip, right? We do it when we get in bunkers. We obviously do it when we putt with the thumbs down. So one grip doesn't necessarily need to cover all your shots in the game. Okay, so most of us use one grip for everything except the putter, and then we change our grip. Well, if you need to hit high, long irons, go with a weaker grip. In other words, not a strong grip, but a weaker grip is when the hands are like this, like we were just talking about double Dorsey, so you can get a lot of wrist cock and get that club head moving fast, okay? Because we need speed for the ball to take off. So with golf, the golf ball will take off with the lower irons like an airplane. It takes a while for the loft to get up there, so you don't have speed, it won't get high enough. That's why your golf balls might hit the green or not carry the front bunker maybe, but they might hit the green and jump into the back bunker, right? So that's why the double Dorsey, you get it up here, you make sure it's parallel, you just start slinging it up there and create some speed. So here we go. Double Dorsey Hogan-esque. Okay. I need some more balls. Hey, Sarah. Good morning. I'm great, thanks. All right. Right. Here we go. Double Dorsey. Got that flex in there. And then it feels kind of vertical. And then if I want height, pretending I have a long iron, I'm going to go a little bit vertical, like Nicholas. All right. There's that ball. And the high window, you got 3 windows of trajectory. First floor, second floor, third floor of a building. And to be a great player, to be able to shoot into those windows consistently is a sign of a quality ball striker, right? Masters of the game, paulgormangolf.com, you're going to have Trevino, Hogan, demonstrating that action. that produces those consistent ball flights into that one cloud up there. Okay, and that's sometimes a fun thing to do when you're practicing. Okay, so now we're going to get back to the Hogan plane of the swing, and the arm plane. He doesn't go upright, he goes very flat because he's going to get everything on plane to the shoulders. This is the shoulder plane. Left shoulder to right shoulder, left arm across the plane of those shoulders, and the shaft on plane. That's no different than right here, right? So you could go, okay, now I've got my arms on plane to my shoulders, my shaft in line to the plane of the shoulders, and then I tilt down to the golf ball, pointing my hands down at the ball, and then I simply wind up. You're going to see that my shaft is in line with the shoulder plane. And that's the Hogan model right there. Not up here like this and looping, but very much planular. Okay? Here we go. Kind of leaking a little bit today. All right. Yeah, I found a wonderful drill here with this coat hanger to feel my plane. You know, I just get it under the grip somewhere, and the top of the coat hanger's up against the bottom of my right wrist there. You see that? Then I have something I can point. I can see it. I can see a plane, that hanger plane, you know? And it's like, okay, I got that. And then I come down, bump, 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 bump. All right. We've got this on plane to the shoulders. A little bit of the Hogan action. We got the double Dorsey. A lot of wrist cock, right? A lot of speed for you to try, especially with those long irons. You want to have that. And then you want to learn how to blend. You want to learn how to blend that arm action into the pivot, okay? And that's the master move. We're going to cover that in another video, but that will look like this. We'll get into that in the next video, promise. Okay? So, first of all, feet on the ground, hands on the club. Double Dorsey, bang, got that. Then we take it up, we kind of lag it back. That beautiful pivot of Hogan there, and you can see the wrist joints are both bent. And I got the plane on line to the golf ball target line. Okay, and then from there, the transition, I need to start to get the left knee out of the way, the hips kind of going a little bit. That's lowering the club on the plane down to the golf ball. Hands are low, back into the ball. Club's coming a little from the inside as it gets there. And I'm starting to blend the sweep. Just with that soft pivot action Mr. Hogan had. And what I like to feel is a connection of the right elbow, right hip. You know, grip and hip, right elbow, hip. Whoop. You can train that by slow motion action. Here we go. So everything was moving. You won't see any stalling. A lot of us stall the hips and then the arms go. And so that drill right there will help you connect the dots, so to speak. So that's a little bit on Mr. Hogan. Hands on the club, feet on the ground. How to get the double Dorsey to get some speed, if you're looking for some speed. And then also blending in at the end there, I talked a little bit about blending in the hips and the body together with the arm action. And so, master moves, masters of the game, paulgormangolf.com. The site is released. I'm going to just let 50 in and see how we go with that and have some fun. All right, looking forward to seeing you there and in Mexico. Adios.